homies might be lined in chalk. I really hate the trip, but I gotta low. As they croak, I see myself in the pistol smoke. Ooh, I'm the kind of G the little homies wanna be like on my knees in the night, saying prayers in the street light. Been spending most our lives living in a gangster's paradise. Been spending most our lives living in a gangster's paradise. Keep spending most our lives living in a gangster's paradise. Keep spending most our lives living in a gangster's paradise. Look at the situation they got me facing. I can't live a normal life. I was raised by the state.
50 years of hip hop. 50 years of hip hop. Gangster's paradise. Hey, I'm Babz Rawls-Ivy. Welcome to LoveBabz, LoveTalk. It's Tuesday in the Elm. 2 more days before I hit the island. You know, Martha's Vineyard, my happy place. How's everybody doing? So I got to get out of here so I could go buy me some tickets. I don't even know if I have any cash. Oh, need some lottery tickets. You know, Mega Millions is $1 billion. It's like a lot of money. I want it. So I can do more of this. You know, foolishness and mayhem. I want to do more of this. I hope everybody's feeling pretty good. I am. I had dinner last night at Ife's new place. I am her first dinner guest. Excited. She's got a great little apartment on the other side of town. It suits her, and it's just her. So I'm so happy for her. So we got another place to hang out. Got another place to have movie night and dinner. So I'm looking forward to it. It's nice. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. So let me just say a couple of things. One, I need people to stay out of the water because of these sharks. I don't know why people, and I wish these people would stop saying a shark bite is rare. I don't feel like they're rare. I guess if you say the amount of people who get in the water all over the world is not getting bit by, everybody that gets in the water is not getting bit by sharks. But damn if these sharks are not coming closer and closer and closer. And now that the water is so warm, they're pushing them up north because they need a little bit of cooler water, right? They just had a shark bite off the coast of New York. They hadn't had one in 20 years. And she's in critical care. And then I watched the friends. One got bit last week and the other one got in the water, got bit last week, the week before. I was like, stay the hell out these waters, these shark infested waters. And now they're like flying drones over the water so they can see these schools of sharks. I don't know. I tell you what, I'm not swimming in the ocean. I don't swim in the ocean no kind of way. So that's that part. I go as high as my damn knees. That's it. Cause I'm not with swimming with the fish. I'll get in your pool, but I don't want to get in the ocean like that. I know it's beautiful, it's all the things, whatever. I'm not trying to be shark dinner or lunch or brunch or an appetizer. I'm not trying to be, or snack. I'm not trying to be any of that. So I know it might be an irrational fear. It might be. Listen, I know what. Ain't no sharks coming up on the porch. I know that. So go ahead, swim all you like. Swim. Do all the things. But I'm not doing it. So I just stay out the damn oceans for a bit. Let these sharks, global warming, I guess we don't like to say global warming, but it's global warming, climate change, whatever the hell it is. The earth is trying to get rid of us. How about that? How if I say that? The earth is trying to get rid of us. And I don't blame it. We've not been good stewards to the earth. We just haven't. Across the board. We just haven't been good stewards of the earth. You can recycle all day, all night, but we're just not good stewards of the earth. And all this heat is telling us this. This heat bubble is still with places. 108 degrees, 110 degrees in places consistently. Oh, it's just terrible. We've been getting so much rain in Connecticut. We might as well be Seattle. I'm not complaining. I'm just making observations. These are just simple observations. Just simple observations. That's it. I'm no scientist or meteorologist or any of that. I just play one on the radio. So I'm just saying, we've not been good stewards of the earth, so therefore the earth is kicking us out. You can call it whatever you want. You can say, listen, did you see all those glaciers melting in Alaska that they are dumbfounded about? And the glaciers are melted so much that the scientists didn't believe they would ever see it in their lifetime. And now houses are falling into the water. And first of all, I think people build houses too damn close to the edge. I don't know what that's about, because you could be back some and still taking the beauty of the water. You may have to walk a little further to the water, but now your house is gone because you was right there on the edge. That's something to see, and there's nothing you can do about it. And if you're next door and you see a house fall, you better get the hell out of your space. It was a condo building next door to the house that fell, and I'm thinking to myself, if I'm them, I'd have to get up out of there. I don't know. Maybe it's me. Or maybe they got them, maybe they got maybe they got out and they're just waiting. I don't know how much, is this like playing Russian roulette? You keep running in and get your stuff to see before it falls. You know what I mean? Like, is it like Jenga? Like, no shade to the tragedy, but I see these houses built on these cliffs, and I'm thinking to myself, why? I would never want my house on the cliff. I just wouldn't want it. I just wouldn't want it. No worries. So yeah. So that's my one. That's my second thing I wanted to say. The first thing is get out the water because these sharks. First of all, it's the sharks' water. It's not our water. We don't live in the water. You know where we live? On terra firma. The sharks live in the water. That's number one. Number two, stop building these damn houses on the edge. I don't care where you are in the world. Stop building these houses on cliffs. I just feel like, you know how cliffs are made? At some point, some piece of land had to break away to make the cliff. So you have to be thinking, at least I do, that it could happen again. Maybe my brain is different than other people's. I wouldn't want my house that close to the cliff at all. I wouldn't mind taking the walk to the beach. I don't need to be on the beach. I want to be on the beach, but I don't want to be on the beach. Like when you go to Malibu, those houses are on the beach. Or when you drive the scenic highway, you see those houses in the cliffs. That wouldn't be my house. I don't care how gorgeous it looks. I would always be thinking something is going to make this fall. And I might be home watching a movie when it happens. I don't want that. So that's my number two thing. My number three thing, I just don't know why the world just doesn't go kick Russia's ass and make them stop trying to kill all these Ukrainians. I just don't understand that. I guess there's some moral imperative about how you kill people. I guess. He doesn't seem to stop. And everybody, and I'm watching these people on the news talk about the way he's bombing places, like he's bombing civilian places, where rescuers are. And then he's doing this one too. I drop a bomb, then I drop another bomb in the same place. So I make sure I kill everybody. And so these people are on TV saying, well, you know, this is definitely a war crime. And I'm just like, okay, so do you bring the charges after he takes Ukraine? Or I mean, when does the world like gang bang him? You know, when does the world do that? When do they go over there and like knock this ish off? I'm waiting for that. You know, send a little mercenary guy to back in there to make another threat. They're not going to stop. You know what? I know he was hoping that the world would just stop watching, but they're not. I feel this way about parts of Africa too. Like we're just watching stuff. And I don't know if it's because we don't have any real interest in places until our enemies have interest in places. Then when our enemies have interest in places, then we have to get down. Is that how I'm understanding international affairs? Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. So we don't get involved unless our enemies get involved, and then we see a purpose. Is that it? I'm not trying to be an asshole here. I'm just trying to get a sense of how I should be thinking about this, because it just seems to me there's more allies than these cats, and so why don't we just shut them down? I don't get it. Like, just say stop it or else, and then we got to come through with the or else. I know that's not diplomacy, but I think we are so far away from diplomacy. I think we've been away from diplomacy when we watch Putin march on Ukraine. I think we've been away from diplomacy since that point. And the fact that he's doing this and the world is like, all right, we're gonna just keep talking. And you're right to keep talking. We should keep talking because we're humans and we have the ability to communicate. You know, but while he's talking, he's lobbing bombs. So I don't know how far the talks can get when people are lobbing bombs. You know, when the world is trying to broker peace, but the world's trying to broker peace, but he's the only one that don't want peace. I don't know. I think Russia is crazy, and here's the other. Who else I think is crazy. I wish China would leave these Taiwan people alone. They don't want to be on a communistic rule. They like democracy. They like it. And they've been thriving at it ever since. So you getting mad at them. So then I'm listening to people talk about, well, push come to shove, they should just negotiate how they're gonna be under China's rule while they enjoy their freedoms. Who are they talking to? China is never going to allow these people any grace or freedom. They're going to try to bend them to the rest of China. They're not going to let these people be free. They damn sure ain't going to let them be gay and trans and all the things. And they're not going to let these people live the way they want to live and enjoy. They're not. I don't even understand how people could frame their mouth to say to them, well, negotiate some kind of way you could be under China's rule without giving up your freedoms. You know what that's called? War. I declare war. Do you know what I mean? Maybe I don't know enough about these matters to talk about them intelligently, but from where I stand, I like, for me, China has so many other issues it needs to concern itself with. This is an ego grab right here, because Taiwan is doing its thing, and the Chinese people in China itself feels like they're Chinese people, and the Taiwanese people are not saying they're not Chinese, but they're saying we're Taiwanese Chinese. We don't want what y'all got over there. Simple. And they got an army. And they were like, listen, we are prepared. I ain't mad at them because freedom is worth fighting for. History bears this out. So I don't know why I try to keep bothering these people. Listen, China, go clean up the Yangtze River. Start there. Take care of your own people first on the mainland, whatever you want to call yourselves. Clean up your human rights problems. Be better to your people. You treat your people like trash, and then you try to put some historical foolishness on top of this is how we always been, because at some point, your oppression of your people is going to cause them to rise up. And every now and again, them young people rise up, and it will be young people rising up, and they're going to get tired. And you old dogs sitting over there under this, you old dogs running stuff, you're not going to live forever. You are not going to live forever. And at some point, time and youth is going to catch up, and they're going to fight back. I'm just saying. I don't got no dog in the communist fight. If that's the form of government, that's what it is. But I'm telling you, take a page from history. Y'all gonna run out of time because young people, there's always going to be an influx of young people, and they are getting brighter and smarter, and they're going to want fight, and they want freedom, particularly when they go visit other places and they're like, oh, y'all could do this? Oh, we should be able to do this. Y'all are doing what? Oh, we should be able to do this. And time and youth are going to intersect again, because that's how you got communism. Time and youth are going to connect, and it's gonna change. It's gonna change. So you spending this time sweating the Taiwan folks, it's not a good use of your time or energy. It just isn't. And the fact that you're trying to colonize the rest of the world, with those cheap ass products and all that stuff, that you're trying to colonize the rest of the world because you got money, because you sell all that cheap ass stuff, all of it, all of it cheap and just cheap. People will fight back against that too. Countries will stop feeling desperate and say, you know what, taking their money is not in our best interest. Or we'll take their money, we'll keep them at bay. I mean, I'm no international nothing, but I'm just, from where I sit and how I look at things, I'm thinking, man, they're already in parts of Africa making cheap kente cloth and knockoff kente cloth and all this other mess. They're in some of the Caribbean countries doing the same thing, and it's just another form of colonization as far as I'm concerned, So I just think about the world and the way there's so much strife and so much going on and so much volatility, so everything's so volatile, even here, very volatile. So I'm just pondering these things, That was my third thing. My fourth thing, which really should have really been my first thing, was the boat fight in Montgomery, Alabama. That was, listen, if you've not seen the videos, and I don't know who you are if you have not seen these videos, you must be under a rock of some sort. And the memes, oh my God, the memes are chef's kiss. They are everything. I even joined in. So apparently, as I understand it, these white folks had a pontoon and they parked it where they shouldn't have parked it. And white folks being white folks, they white folking. Oh, I'm incensed that I have to move my boat. Well, your boat is parked illegally, and I'm the security on the dock, and I'm responsible for the ships coming in and out. And the city ships are coming in. You have to move your boat. Oh no, I'm not doing anything. I'm gonna go to wherever I'm going. So they convince that they leave or whatever. He moves their boat. They come running down, and then they have some heated discussion. Then they put their hands on my man. They put their hands on the man. He throws up the hat, which is code for, okay, it's about to be on. And the guy jumps on him and he defends himself. And then 6 more of these rednecks run up on him. These white citizens run up on him, men and women alike. And so brothers see this. Black people are watching from the boat because the boat is coming in. One brother jumps off the boat, 16-year-old kid jumps off the boat, swims to shore to help. Other cats run down the plank to help. They get to fighting. And then the boat finally docks. The folks on the boat get off. They jump in the fight. So the white people, they all sitting down with the police, hands behind their back, the whole nine. I'm sure some black folks got caught up in it too, because, whatever. I saw the brother with the chair. He got taken to the ground because he was beating people's asses with the chair. That's why you see all the chair memes out there. Like, lift every chair and swing. and I never laughed so much than what I laughed yesterday at all these memes and the way that people, you just can't outdo black people. You just can't. You cannot beat us for style, culture, and wit. You just can't. So there are people on the ground who are providing legal support to all the black people that got caught up. Like they were about it. They were like, whatever, we got to raise money, we doing it. It has just been, and I think there's so much history. So the name of that dock is Harriet. That was where enslaved people were brought to when they first reached those shores. And auctions were held there. So it just, I don't know, the ancestors was just covering us for this. And I don't care if other people don't see it that way. I do not care. I've long since not been here for the white gaze. So I don't care if white people, my white friends saw it for what it was and was like, it's about time. And it really was F around and find out, moment. Because I think they just thought they could beat this black man and go on about their business. We'll show him. We are superior. This is what we do. I think they thought they could just kick his ass and keep it moving. And we were like, no, not this time. Not this time. So anyway, it just made us feel good that we just got into it. I can't even begin to tell you the earrings, the accessories, all the stuff. T-shirts are out there now. We're thinking about making this a day. I think next year they're gonna have a cookout over there. I mean, so the white folks, it was a family. They own a store in town, and folks went to Yelp and gave them a 1, like just pounded them. So some of them are gonna get on social media and like, oh, don't hurt our business. Don't hurt our business. And I'm thinking to myself, the audacity, the nerve to say, don't hurt us. Don't hurt us. After, God knows what would have happened to that black man if there weren't cameras and other black people around to intervene. I mean, we already know, because that's the history of America. You know, they felt righteous in their beatdown of this brother. They felt like it was okay. And that's a level of white privilege that white people need to examine. They just need to examine that. That brother was on his job, trying to do his job, and they attacked him. You know, not one, like a gang of them. And then it got served back at them. So if you wanted to know why the chairs are roaming around social media, why all the memes, why all the references to Aquaman, why lift every chair and swing. Even Dr. Seuss got in on it. Even somebody made a cat in a hat meme. It was hilarious. It's still hilarious, you know. And people been showing up with folding chairs. And the folding chair, you know, was invented by a Black man, which I said yesterday, Mr. Alexander, was invented by a Black man. So you see all that history showing up. So we are about that life. We are about that life. So it's been so if you wanted to know what was happening, that's what it was. That's exactly what it was. And it's probably gonna you know, go on and on and on and on and on and on until it gets resolved. And you know, the mayor of Montgomery is Black, and you know, and he was just like, justice will be done. Oh, I was like, okay, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. So anyway, I just wanted to share that because it was a great day yesterday on the internet. It really was a good day on the internet. Say whatever you want, I don't care. But it was a good day. And people are stepped up to the plate. Stephanie Mills said she would do a charity concert for the Riverfront Brawl heroes who may have legal fees. So go ahead, girl. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. I was like, all right. All right, cool. And then let's see. And I'm sure other people will follow. Other people will follow. And I'm for sure gonna get me some earrings. And I've seen a couple of versions of folding chair earrings. And you know, I got to have me a couple of pairs. So we go, and people are out there. So we're gonna make it do what it do. We're gonna make it do what it do. And however way we can help, we're gonna help. And if somebody puts up a GoFundMe, people are gonna pitch in. Here's some just startling news, sad news. DJ Casper, you know, for the cha-cha slide to the left, slide to the right. Cha-cha now. You know, he has died following a battle with cancer. DJ Casper, the Chicago native and creator of the iconic cha-cha slide, has passed away at the age of 58. I'm telling you, people, get your lives right. Do the things. So he had a courageous battle with cancer. And that is tough. He's 58 years old. So the news was confirmed by his wife. He fought bravely to the end. So, golly. Gosh. Anyway, well, he's left a lasting staple that this song is played at parties, weddings, dance floors around the world. It was originally written as a step aerobic routine for DJ Casper's nephew, and the song quickly gained popularity and became a worldwide sensation. And its catchy beat and simple dance instructions made it accessible to everyone, regardless of their age or dance skills. And the song's success is a testament to DJ Casper's talent for creating music that brings people together and moving. Yes, so he has passed on. So now it's running cha-cha slides in the hereafter. He's running cha-cha slides in the hereafter. This must be a good ass party when you get a good DJ. So yeah. So whenever you hear the cha-cha slide, think of DJ Casper. All right. Sad news. Sad news. So anyway, that's all I'm gonna say. Let me see what else is going on. So at 10:15, I've got the independent reviewers coming on. The New Haven Independent has launched a review crew, piloting this thing where they have dispatches across the country: Tulsa, Oakland, New York, Hartford, maybe some other place. Anyway, they're going to come on today and talk about what this is, what their experiences are, how they feel about it, how's it going, that kind of stuff. I've been reading some of the reviews. I've enjoyed them. I read one about an event going on in New York that I want to go see. And I read about the brothers in Oakland with the party. Let's see. I just read something in Hartford. So I'm going to have a good talk with them. So, I'm on the New Haven Independent site. Let me mention a homeless activist found dead outside a soup kitchen. Oh, how does that even happen? How do you die outside of a soup kitchen? How do you die? How do you get on the ground and nobody notices you? Like what? I'm just trying to understand what happened. I guess I ought to read the article, but he's 36 years old. And he was found dead Monday morning outside the State Street soup kitchen, where he himself was a client. And then there's another article where a welfare check took a turn with a knife. So I guess a father called the police about his daughter, and the police go. They catch up with the woman, and I guess she runs away from the police officers down Davenport Avenue, and then she turns around and plunges the knife into herself. I don't know if I could do that. I think the only way I could do it is if it was zombies after me, and I didn't want to become a zombie. Ugh. So that's got to be very, very stressful on that police officer, like Tyler Evans, because you can't unsee that. It's got to be very stressful. So I hope that he can go and sit and spend some time examining and picking apart this ordeal so that it doesn't, and I hope he's required to do it, right? Because he can't get away with, oh, I'm fine. Yeah, I'm fine. No, you really have to go and unpack what you just witnessed and experienced, because that trauma will be in your body. It will absorb into you, and you need to go and unpack that, So I hope that they have mandated therapy for him. Like, you got to go to therapy. And it can't be for a day. You know, you got to have like a minimum of a month or some old thing, right? Like something like that. That's the change I need to see. So I didn't read that article either. So maybe they make reference to it. I don't know. Maybe I'll know by tomorrow. I'll read it and get a chance to read it. But I just find that so it's daunting. You know, we are in these interesting times. Well, these interesting times, and I think all times are interesting. Oh, okay, let's see. Okay, Harry, what did you just put up here? I'm on top of my game. Thank you. We don't shut them down because the backroom money is being made. You damn right. It is backroom money. Yeah, just a matter of time. Putin will use nuke. But here's the thing about nukes, though. If you use nuke, it's not like you could use the nuke and it doesn't blow back on you. That's the part I don't get. When you use a nuke, it destroys everything. So, oh, thanks for listening in, all the people. Thanks for the virtual hug. I'm on top of my game, Daniel. I appreciate that. And Brianna, you know, I just talk how I see it. I'm not the brightest bulb in the lamp, but I just know what I know. So I just try to think about these things in a everyday practical way. And I don't understand it. I just feel like if you're in a playground and there's a bully and everybody, there's one bully. You see these movies, you know, Stand By Me, all these movies, one bully. And all the kids, and the bully's got some, you know, some henchmen, right? But they're not as badass as the bully, or as seemingly as badass as the bully. And all the other kids is running from the bully. And I'm thinking, why don't all the other kids just whip their ass? Like, it's more y'all being afraid than there are bullies. Like, just go whoop the bully's ass and be done with it. Don't kill anybody. Just whoop their ass. That way they won't be taking your lunch money. Like, everybody in the cafeteria knows that the bully is beating up people, but everybody's sitting there like they can't do nothing. What you do, you band together. You band together and boom. That's a horse of another color. I never get that. I don't get it. I'm like, if I'm on a plane and there's a guy trying to hijack the plane, I'm like, listen, we could take this guy. Some of us gonna get hurt or killed, but we could beat his ass. He can't kill us all. I know that's fine for me to say, right? It's fine for me to say, but that's exactly what those cats did on the plane, you know, at 9/11. They was like, listen, we just gonna do this. We're not gonna allow him to fly this damn plane into a building or to the Pentagon or anything. If we're gonna lose our lives, we're just gonna lose them, but we're gonna go down fighting. And I think that's how you gotta. That's how I hope that I am that way in these kinds of moments. That I have that kind of courage. I was like, well, if I'm gonna die on my feet fighting. I'm not gonna let you come and just I'm crying and you shoot me. No, I'm gonna die fighting. Like, all right, because if you shoot me, you better damn well kill me. Because if I get up, I'm coming harder. But that's how I'm made. That's how I'm made. And I know there's a lot of people made that way. So that's why I don't understand this. Let Putin keep bombing these people. I don't get it. I was like, y'all have the means to just shut this down. Oh, and it can't just be because nukes. It just can't. Y'all got nukes too. Probably in way better shape than Russia. You know, I don't know. I just don't get it. Maybe that's because I'm not a diplomat and I don't understand. I don't know. I just feel like they could just, you know, listen. I'm not suggesting that they hire people to go in there and deal with him. I'm not suggesting that at all. But somebody hired somebody to go and stomp on Moscow. And it was his boy who he used to hire to go stomp on people. Where that guy at? He ain't been seen. You know, the cat that was going to march on him with his own army of mercenaries. You know, the mercenaries that Putin normally hires to do the work that he don't do. Where's that guy? Because, you know, the Russians will poison you no matter where you are in the world. That's why I'm gonna try not to talk too much about them, because I'll be sitting on my porch and a dart will hit me in my neck and nobody can explain how it got me. I know I'm watching a lot of Bond movies. I know. I know this is extreme talk, but that's how it is. Remember that little Russian guy that left? He was found on a park bench, him and his daughter on a park bench in Paris, dead from some ridiculous poison that ain't nobody seen in like a gazillion years. Or the cat that they killed in New York, they poisoned him internally. His got on fire from the inside out. Like, what? Like he on a something 30th floor somewhere, and he's like on internally on fire. Like, how did it get to him? Listen, they skilled at that stuff. That's why, Harry and I joke about this all the time. The Russians will get you with some good poison. That's why I don't understand this whole bombing stuff with them. They like a good poison. It's like a good poison. I don't know why they spend all this time and energy and collateral damage to do this when they can just poison their water. What? It's cheaper. You want to kill a lot of people, Well, I listen, the Ukrainians are fighting back, and I don't blame them, because they got a taste of freedom and they want it. Same with the Taiwanese. They got a taste of freedom and they want it. They want it. They want it. And that's how these countries are trying to break away. That's how these countries broke away from being under the Queen's rule. They wanted freedom. Jamaica is celebrating 60 years of independence. Say whatever you want, they are free. And they are trying to build a country of their own making. Now, colonialism is deep with them. It's deep. How could it not be? They've been under British rule for a long, 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 long time. So it is a part of their culture. And they made it work as part of their culture. But it wasn't, but their will and desire and determination to be free was also bigger than their desire to hold on to British rule. So they celebrated their 60 years of independence Sunday. Go Jamaica, and listen, Haiti was the first to do it, and they're still paying a heavy penalty for it. Heavy price. And France exists because of Haiti. France exists because of Haiti. Paris exists because of Haiti. And don't get me started on world debt and what these countries, particularly on the continent of Africa, owe. I don't know how they owe. I don't know how you come and colonize countries, you leave or get run out, and then you think these people owe you. They owe you for the damage that you've done to their country. They owe you for the rape, the pilfering, the destruction, the carnage of what they've done as colonizers. You owe. And then don't get me started about how they changed the names of these countries, during colonization times. And I would love to see countries go back to their original names and say, you know what, we're going back to what we was once called. And I know that's a whole undertaking, but you can do it. They've done it. They've done it a lot of times on the continent of Africa. A lot of time. And I want to see people get free. And I want to see Africa, the continent itself, because there are some countries that are thriving and doing well. I want all of Africa to thrive and do well. I want all of Africa to thrive and do well. I do. Because Africa is the only continent that has 3 growing seasons. And it has riches. If you don't have Africa, you don't have cell phones and you don't have technology, because you need the minerals that are born out of that country to make things go. If you didn't have Africa, you don't have the De Beers family. And yeah, you could get diamonds somewhere else, but can you really though? Not at the numbers that you was getting, or the gold, or any other precious gems. So Africa is rich. And I've been watching on YouTube some of the gatherings of African leadership talking about the future, and I'm wholly impressed. And I know they got a lot of challenges. They've got a lot of civil unrest in parts of Africa, in the Sudan, in Somalia, civil unrest, back and forth. But then there are some countries that are thriving, Zambia and Rwanda, which overcame that colonizer foolishness that got them to destroy each other. South Africa is thriving, and there's a lot. Ghana is thriving. Places are thriving. Benin. So Senegal is thriving. They got some civil unrest. A little bit of that. So, a little bit of that. And everybody's keeping an eye out, But, the world has to do better by Africa. It just does. It owes Africa so much. And until these Western countries and all the other countries, actually, until they are ready to reckon with their history and their part and what they have done to that continent, and they themselves are prepared to make reparations, then Africa is going to be on a tenuous, because they continue to hold purse strings, and they continue to sow dissent amongst people. So I used to say, boy, Africa has been in trouble for a long time, and it has, but there's something else too. Like there's a will of people. There's a will of people to want to live free. That's at the root of humanity, the ability and the right and the desire to live free. That is the heart of all of us. I don't care if you're in communist whatever, or you're under some dictator or whatever it is. There is a longing for each of us to live free and to go about our business and to build lives, uncomplicated lives, and lives that are free from harm and all of that. We could be better in the world. That's my whole point. We could be better, and we're not. We're not. And back to my original point from 9 o'clock, we're not better in the world. And the world is saying, y'all humans are not good for this planet. From the beginning of time, y'all humans are not good for this planet. And Mother Earth is like, I gotta get y'all off by any means necessary. and then we can start again. We could a new species of people can evolve, maybe much more peaceful and community focused. Maybe that's what Mother Earth has in mind, maybe, because God knows we are destroying this planet fast. And please don't tell me we're not, because we are. we look at our oceans, look at our air, look at our soil. like we all got someplace to go if this falls through. Nope, we don't. So anyway, I'm about to jump off. I'm gonna be back at 10:15 with the independent reviewers who are gonna come and talk to me about this brand new project that the New Haven Independent and Online Journalism Project has launched to bring us critical review of art things, everything artistic, all kinds of artistic exploration in different parts of the country so that we could be connected. That seems to be missing in the world. And so we're going to come and talk about it. So tune back in at 10:15 and I'll see you then.
Hi, this is Babz Rawls-Ivy from New Haven, Connecticut, and you're listening to WNHHL 103.5 FM, streaming live at newhavenindependent.org.
Wonder how I keep from going under. My brother's doing bad, stole my mother's TV. Says she watches too much, it's just not healthy. All my children in the daytime, Dallas at night. Can't even see the game or the Sugar Ray fight. The bill collectors, they ring my phone and scare my wife when I'm not home. Got a bum education, double-digit inflation. Can't take the train to the job. There's a